to say that I have learned so much during this journey, and I decided that it is literally like the beginning of the rest of my life. And that for me means a lot because for so often I doubt myself and I talk myself out of doing things that are best for me, but am so quick to doing things that may be detrimental for me later, or just taking the risk not knowing whether it's going to be good for me or not. And I want to say that this Heal and Rise 6-week program was by far one of the best decisions that I've ever made for myself. And I was hesitant, and I just kept like saying like, oh God, should I? Like, okay, is this the right thing to do? And it was literally down to the very last minute that I was like, okay, you got to do this. Like, something in me just said that I needed to do it. And I'm just so overwhelmed with joy that I decided to take this leap of faith. And it's so, I just want to say thank you, Mar, to being like, thank you for being so amazing and just so divine, and thank you for reminding me of the things that I already know, that I often need reminders for and about. And I just wanted to say that there's so much more that I can say, and I'm going to journal like my answers to the questions because I hadn't got around to it. But I just want to send you like a big virtual hug, and tell you that you will forever and always have such a dear space in my heart, because you're so gentle and you're so kind. You are firm and assertive in so many ways, but you are all things healing, all things love, and all things light. And everything that you're doing, continue doing it, because the world needs it. And people like me and everyone else and our group and our beautiful tribe of healers and nurturers and conquerors and cycle breakers, we need it. And I just wanted to say thank you.
This 6 weeks has gone so quickly, okay? But it has been the most exciting 6 weeks, I think, of my life at some point when it comes to like my spiritual journey. I haven't experienced this much actual happiness. Like the other day, I woke up, and that's one thing I wrote for my answers. I genuinely woke up happy. Like, I woke up and I was like just happy. I'm brushing my teeth and I'm dancing and I'm singing in the bathroom by myself. Nobody's around, and I'm like, and then after a while, and after I came back, and I was like, I sat down at my altar. Then I thought about it, and I was like, what did that just happen? Like, just the fact that my vibration just raised that much to go from just being contented with life and just actually being genuinely happy in my soul, like truly just happy just because, like, that's it. I'm just happy, period. And not having anybody else outside of me attached to it. I'm happy just because of me and what I'm doing, not finding happiness from like an outside source. And that has been like fantastic. Besides, also like with the other practices we did with the Kundalini yoga with the Brujas of Brooklyn, girl, that whole thing was like, wow. Like when I tell you that thing was wow, I mean that thing was wow. Like it was just
And I
wow.
think being in this course has like made me realize like there's nothing wrong with being in your home frequency as much as you can, because that's where you unlock your voice, your power, your art. And it was very much very valuable to me to just like be able to like know this, and also it's like realizing also where I need to work on, which is like the discipline of like you need to do this every day or you're not going to unlock it. You need to push yourself to have these moments of intention and meditation, and like holding myself accountable, but still maintaining like being kind to myself and being like, it's a slow process. I can't just like discipline myself into the, like, you need to do this now, like that. But being like kind with myself to know that it's a process, and it's like, as long as I commit to it, that's, all that matters in the end. And part of the reflection is just like knowing that I have the tools and I just need to get past that, you know, trepidation and that hesitation that my body is having physical reactions to. Because with Brew House of Brooklyn, I realized like I have an issue with my throat chakra, and it's like that's why I get like all like choked up and I can't like get the tears out because it's so blocked, and that's where you know my self expression, my like voice comes through. So it's like realizing that it's like I'm becoming hyper aware of what I need to work on, and I have the tools to work on them, and it's just a matter of, you know, that in conjunction with my therapy and with my own healing and with like my artistic vision of like putting in that work and embodying it, because that's there's no other choice to do but do that. Otherwise it's never gonna change and I'm always gonna feel stuck. And you know, there's that definitely paradigm shifting from like COVID, and but like also the Black Lives Matter movement of like things are changing, and if you want to change you have to change now or else you're going to get stuck again, and there's not going to be another moment that's going to like catapult you into that if you keep waiting. um so yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna get emotional, but I just feel so grateful for everybody in this circle. I feel like I've learned so much from all of you. I feel like there was a divine reason that I was in this class in particular, because I almost didn't join, and I felt something just like tugging at me, like, you need this work. This is like the next step of your spiritual practice. And I feel like in the past 6 weeks, it hasn't just shown up in this like sacred space, but it's expanded beyond to like my whole life. And I feel like I'm finding myself in new ways that I didn't know myself before. And like every single workshop we've done, every bit of information, like I've been able to pass it along to my circle. I feel like we've grown in this space. I feel like it's just all about finding who you really are and like recognizing your own divinity and your connection to the universe, which I think is conditioned out of us, especially coming from like a traditional religious background. It's always a reliance on other people to kind of be your guide. But in reality, like we're all connected to spirit in our own ways, and there's always such a personal purpose to what you have. And I joined this circle to get rid of toxicity in my life and teach myself new habits and recognize really that I'm so connected and that I don't have to feel alone. And I feel like this space has just cultivated such unity and togetherness and taught me how to be in my own bubble, and that that bubble is sufficient, and that you can join other people and create a container and all these things and vocabulary that I never heard of before, but that it's something I can take with me. And I just feel so powerful in a new way. And I feel like my healing is in my hands for the first time. And it really means a lot. And I'm just like so grateful and humbled and honored to be here with you guys and to be here with you, Mar. I feel like I've been following you for years, and this has just been such an incredible experience to actually get the guidance and the learning and have like that personal relationship, because you know this is stuff that we want to share with our loved ones, and we don't want people to not understand their own divinity and their own power. And I feel like it's just like reminding me who I was created to be, and it's just so powerful. Like there's no reason why we can't walk into any room and own it and feel connected to the universe in so many ways and understand what's shifting and happening and recognizing your power in that. And I'm just so grateful to even be a part of the experience. I know this is the first time Heal and Rise has happened, and I just hope that I've been able to share my love and light with you guys too, even from afar, even in my quiet space. But I'm just really thankful, and I appreciate all of you.
So yes, this the sanctuary has really been transformative. Um, I'm kind of like always in Mara's DMs, like telling her how transformative it's been. But I just think one thing that's been so important for me personally through this experience is a lot of remembering is happening, and kind of recognizing and affirming that, you know, for so long I've spent um, the bulk of my life looking for source outside of myself, and even sometimes getting too caught up in ritual when, you know, we practice oneness. We believe in oneness, and remembering that. And it's almost like I'm going back and remembering. I thought my spiritual journey started like when I was 25, and I'm about to be 28, but I'm remembering things like when I was a child, things that kind of got conditioned out of me because I was always a very, very, very inquisitive child. Even to the point where like I believed in magic as a child. Like I always used to like kind of talk to God and be like, I know I have this superpower. Like I remember watching Matilda. I was like, okay, is it telepathy? Like, am I going to be able to move things? But I always knew there was something. But of course, like I said, those things get conditioned out of you. So I think just the most emotional part of all of this is just kind of realizing how much of our power we give away, but then on the flip side, how much we can reclaim it and how powerful we are. And now I really just kind of hope I can spend the rest of my life like helping other people have this experience because, you know, like you said, it's really about us awakening to our power. Like we just do not realize how much of it has been taken away from us or we continue to give away. So it's more, this has just been a very transformative experience that I can't thank you enough.
It's meant so much because Mar, you know that one of the things that in private sessions, I talked about finding, you know, my soul tribe, and this community is the soul tribe. Like this community is like, this is what's possible to have, to actually have it and to embody it. And just us sharing, it's like, yes, you can have these conversations, you can be in this light, you can support each other and just help each other grow. I cannot even explain how much this experience has meant to me. Just being here, listening, and feeling the love just that we've all given each other. And I too, like Nana and JoJo and Ayana, it's like being that joy. Like Friday when I was coming home from work, I was on the bus and all of a sudden, like Earth, Wind, and Fire song, Boogie Wonderland started playing in my brain. And I sat there and I'm like looking out the windows and I'm like visioning, like sitting, like this community, sitting somewhere, like we're out, we're watching the sunset, we're talking about energy and shielding and just love. And it's like, that's it. That's what's possible. And it was like after that I was like, nah, I don't want any of this more, you know, frivolous nonsense. It's like this has been, it's like you deserve better and you have to demand it, not only of myself but also from others, because I have to demand for myself that I actually honor what I really need to grow and to support myself on the rest of the journey. I'm excited about the rest of the journey because I'm just excited to see where the adventure is going to lead.
It's also helped me kind of see, you know, the powers that be, you know, the guides, where it was just, you know, Jesus and all this other, but now I kind of feel like it's expanded. And I kind of thought about the colonial manifest destiny kind of way of people coming to my ancestors and saying, you're savages, you need a white savior. Like now it's like, no. You know, my indigenous ancestors were so attuned to nature. I mean, it was in their knowledge and their great civilizations. And I said, no. So now it's like, I'm going to explore that side because it cannot just be one thing that a white man said. It has to be bigger. Because, I mean, I just think that's a really finite way of seeing these vast cosmos. So with this, it has opened my eyes, and now it's like I don't think I can stop. I'm just gonna keep growing and growing, but still, I just feel really happy